Let's bring in our regular US expert, Bruce Wolpe, for analysis. So what do we read out of these results, Bruce?
Kieran, good morning. If we have a long game ahead and the election is a year from this week, we have a good first quarter for the Democrats. They took back the state of Virginia, which has been a Republican state. They defeated a Republican governor in Kentucky. And so they feel that they're cutting through and building on the factors that led to the Democrats taking back the House of Representatives last year. The trends are in the suburbs around the cities. The Democrats are taking cities as, normal multi-ethnic, multicultural cities vote Democratic, but they're taking the suburbs around the cities, and that's where the changes in votes are occurring. But who's winning, and this is why it's not a slam dunk, who's winning are moderate Democrats who appeal to more than just the Trump base, and they take away independents who voted for Trump in 2016. So this is not dispositive of what's going to happen in 2020, but it's very encouraging for the Democrats.
Well, the thing is, though, it's positive for the Democrats if they choose moderate candidates.
I think that's exactly right. And I think a lot of elders in the party and younger people, too, who are looking at the upcoming primary campaign and who are looking at the three big heavy hitters right now. You have Elizabeth Warren on the left, Joe Biden, who has been in the center but is fading, Pete Buttigieg, who is now second in Iowa by a point, rising. And so center versus left. Elizabeth Warren came out with the health care plan, which is really radical. And it was farther than anything that could have been done under President Obama. And the question is whether it can be stomached by Congress and the American public. And I think the answer today is probably not. But if the Democrats go with her, and that's her program, she'll be an easy target for President Trump. Elections are won and lost in the center, and that's where the winning battle ultimately has to be made. And that's why these results, again, while encouraging for the Democrats, really show that the safe road to defeating Trump is having the broadest possible coalition to minimize his effect on his base. And we've seen he does get out the Republican vote. He almost saved the governor in Kentucky. He did save the governor in Mississippi. We'll get another test next week in Louisiana, which has another governor's race. So when Trump is out there, I mean, he really does have draw and pull and attention. Also in Kentucky, there were a couple local issues affecting the governor that really hurt his standing. He was not popular going in. So that's why, again, Democrats feel pretty good, but it is not an unequivocal, unvarnished victory for them.
When it comes to the Trump impact, he tweeted that they had a big Kentucky rally, that the increase in the governor's race was at least 15 points. Is that overstating it, or is that about right? Because you pointed out this morning that he did have an impact, but was it that much?
Probably not that much, but the president will keep boasting till the cows come home. So, I mean, that's just the way he operates. But what he shows is there's a message to every Republican here. I will be for you if you're for me. He's facing impeachment. He faces a lot of other challenges. And he's saying, stay with me, and I am your strongest ticket to victory next November and keeping Republican control of at least the Senate and the White House. So don't stray from the farm. And he goes out to these rallies, and he does get 20,000 people in an arena. It gets a lot of attention on the conservative media outlets and then regular news coverage. And so he feels he's really doing a good job, and I think the Republicans really appreciate that he is out there doing it. So he is the Republican Party, and he is their strongest asset, even with all the liabilities that come with him, as we see in what's going on in Congress, and some foreign policy challenges, trade challenges. But he is there, and he is on the point for the Republican Party.
Some ominous signs for, well, if not for Donald Trump, certainly for people like Mitch McConnell.
Yes, and I think Mitch McConnell should be worried about what happened in Kentucky with the governorship. Mitch McConnell is not the most popular leader in Kentucky. He's been there a long time, and even though he delivers a lot of power to the state and its standing, and he can protect Kentucky interests, he's not invulnerable. So yes, I think he's watching what happened to his governor and wondering what else can he do to shore up his position. And let's face it, the Democrats absolutely want to take back the Senate, end Mitch McConnell's reign, restore more progressive policies there, and hold the president more accountable if he wins re-election. So there is a lot at stake in the Senate and McConnell because of this race in Kentucky.
So give us the sense of you know, in as clear terms as you can where the impeachment proceedings are at, because it seems a bit of white noise as Trump continues to get on with the rallies, get on with his politics ahead of 2020. What sort of impact does it have in real terms on the political battle?
In two respects, this is the orchestration week that we're seeing, where the depositions that were taken behind closed doors over the past several weeks are being made public. And they're quite factual, solid, damning of the president and Rudy Giuliani and how foreign policy was conducted and the whole Ukraine matter. And so that testimony is now public, and it's sort of laying the case. And it's building towards public hearings next week, and the first 3 witnesses will be the 2 current and former ambassadors to Ukraine and a top State Department official. That'll be followed by other witnesses. And what the Democrats feel and most observers believe is everything that's come out since the whistleblower's report has corroborated what the whistleblower said, that the president has used Ukraine for his own political purposes and not just the national interest and national security purposes of the United States. And so I think we'll have 2 or 3 weeks of public hearings in the Intelligence Committee, and that's really going to be, I think what they want to make it is a civics lesson on foreign policy and how it should be conducted and should not be conducted. And you will have wall-to-wall media coverage coming out of Washington. It will be hard to escape. Think about the Michael Cohen hearings in oversight, and think about the Robert Mueller hearings in judiciary. And there will be days of that type of coverage. And what the Democrats hope is it will educate the public and continue to build support for impeaching the president. It will then move, I believe, in early December to the Judiciary Committee to discuss articles of impeachment. And I believe the committee will act in early December, and I think there will be a vote in the House of Representatives before December 21. So you have laying the case, hearing from the witnesses, conclusions as to articles of impeachment, and debate and vote on those in the House before Christmas.
Bruce, great to see you. As always, we'll talk to you next week.
Kieran, great to see you too. Thank you so much.